as I hit the water, it's about to go down. Get to the spot, now it's time to creep, so I drop that trolling motor down. We still be hooking them lips, hooking them lips. We still hooking them lips, hooking them lips. You know it's
We would love to welcome you to NorthRoadsOutdoors.com.
so I drop that trolling motor down. We still be hooking them lips, hooking them lips. We still hooking them lips, hooking them lips. Man, I'ma probably be the first rapper with a Vance Master logo on the back of a Phantom. If I keep putting it down with Team Samson, then I keep.
Hey everybody, welcome to North Roads Outdoors. My name is Tory Rhodes and you are watching Pro Talk. On this week's show, we're going to talk about how do you become a professional tournament angler. Well, on this week's show, David Walker tells us how he got his start into bass fishing.
A guy at work, where I worked at, I had a boat, I had a 14-foot aluminum, and I liked to, I fished a lot. He said,
But you didn't necessarily bass fish though.
No, I just fished for whatever, pike, bass, rock bass, perch, just fishing, we didn't. So he had this little flyer, a little paper thing as a bass tournament. Let's fish this thing. What is it? Pay the entry fee, I don't know, $50 or something like that. Let's go fishing. You got a boat. He wanted to go. He didn't have a boat. So we signed up, gave us something to look forward to. When you work at a factory, look at that, I got another one right there. He tagged it, look at him.
Yep.
You look forward to having something to look forward to,
So was it that one tournament that got you hooked on this, or?
Kind of.
Sort of?
Sort of. I like to say we showed up and won it and determined how good I was, and it was the exact opposite. We showed up, we got creamed. I don't know if we even caught a fish. It rained like hell. All my equipment, I basically had like 3 fishing rods, all spinning rods, a little tackle box, and that was it. And so we showed up, got soaking wet, got killed, but I couldn't believe the boats. Everybody had these fiberglass bass boats with these giant engines. I didn't know what the hell. Takeoff was fun. We was running out through there and all them boats flying by us. This was probably about 85 or so. So I didn't even know boats like that existed. But I was pretty intrigued by what is all this stuff they got, And so, like I said, we didn't do where the dam and all. And he hated it, decided he'd never do that again. And the next year I signed up at one of those old fishing shows. You always go to those things, and there was a bass club there looking for members, so I signed up, joined the bass club. I didn't use my boat, obviously, but it was just a kick for me to go ride in those boats like that speed. Boat run 50 miles an hour. That was crazy.
Yeah.
What in the world? Why would you want to go that fast? Fish aren't that fast.
So you were, 82 graduate from high school?
83.
83, and then
Yep.
about 85, 86, you got in a bass club, and then,
Yeah,
but you didn't, so you were just clubbing it
Yeah, I just
until the mid-90s, or what?
Well, yeah, I stayed in that club for. Then the next year, I bought me a little bit bigger aluminum boat. It was sort of a bass boat style. There's another one, got it right there.
Oh yeah.
He didn't want to let go. He is finally going to let go. So. So we established sort of a pattern here. But that was the start of my bass clubbing career, and I got into the club and fished it a bunch, and I got to where I did really well at it. And ended up moving south into Kentucky. At that time I lived in Michigan.
So where'd you grow up?
In Michigan.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what part of Michigan?
We fished the southeast corner, so we fished for salmon and trout and all that, all that northern shit.
Yep. So then you moved as an adult, or your parents moved and you went with them?
Yep, a little bit of both. I was always ready to get out of Michigan. I just, you know how it is. You grew up in a few winters like they have. You know how it is here, and it's like, especially if you like to fish a lot, you know how much time you spend not fishing when you're up here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, you go ice fishing, but that's just sort of, you just do that because it's the only way. If you had a choice between the open water or the ice, you're not going to choose the ice. You're just not. So I moved south, and I joined another club down there because everything I knew how to do in Michigan was completely worthless in a southern reservoir. Because all we fished was natural lakes, They're basically circles with a deep spot in the middle.
So was there one moment, one tournament, one thing that said,
no,
this is my ticket full time, I'm done with the factory? Not really?
Not till 98 when I finally just quit. But I didn't even know you could make a living fishing, to be honest with you. It was always just a matter of, you just, like I said, I joined this club, then I joined the next club, and then I'd moved. I just kept trying to do better with it, and every time I'd make a move, it would be into something that I felt like I was over my head because the guys were way better, or I knew I was going to get creamed, but I also knew that, if you fish against a bunch of guys that are really bad, you stay with them all the time, you end up being really bad too. That's just, you just sort of, that's how it is. And so for me, it was a matter of, I wanted to fish around the best guys, and so I just kept doing that. So as I would get better with it, maybe win a lot in the little local deals, then I would move up to the next, which what I think would be the next step. After the clubs, I quit fishing the clubs and started fishing what was the Red Man, which is now the BFLs.
Yep.
And finished fishing those, and then I'd fish the next step up, which at that time was like, they had a tournament trail called the Golden Blends, which was before there was an FLW tour or anything. So I'd go fish those, and they would be around the country, and I'd go to them lakes, and they would beat my brains out, but I'd go back again the next year and do a little bit better, and just, then I'd try to find something that was even harder. So I always kept trying to find something that looked like I really didn't have any chance. So to me, like, even fishing the elites has been that same philosophy. I like the idea of fishing against Kevin Van Dam all the time, because I know he's the best tournament angler. And so if I'm fishing against him, trying to beat him, I'm going to make myself that much better. He beats me most of the time. I get him sometimes. But if I stayed in that club, today I'd still be just a club fisherman. You'd have got better. You'd have known the lakes a lot better. but I don't think it would have made you a better tournament fisherman. And there's a big difference between a guy who knows the lake really well and a good tournament fisherman, because just catching fish, there's guys on this river right here that are way better at it, could come out here and really, ooh, I just had one move under it right there, that could really, they know everything about this thing and really have caught some big stringers. But you drop them into this environment, this tournament situation, and it really takes them out of that comfort zone they're used to. See if he's bite it. That's why they always pick the local guy to win every tournament.
And that doesn't happen very often, does it?
It's so rare.
It just doesn't.
That it should be pointed out, but it never is. It's always kind of the opposite. They always, well, this is the guy to beat. He knows this river like the back of his hand. Yep.
All right, everybody, that wraps up this year's series of Pro Talk on North Roads Outdoors. And I'd like to give a special thanks to BASS, David Walker, and fellow Elite Series pro Cliff Crochet. We had a lot of fun putting these episodes for the last 2 years together for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Facebook. We're going to come up with some new ideas for next year, so make sure you guys keep tuning in to NorthRoadsOutdoors.com. We will see you there.